Yo, book nerds, I know it is still summer, but fall is approaching fast, so let's take a peek at what I have planned for fall. As of this recording, I am still working on my reread of Mockingjay. I should have this finished in the next week or so. Life's really busy right now. I have started my job. For those of you who don't know, I'm a first-year teacher at a middle school. We don't have students yet, but I've been in training for a week and I have another week of training. So it's getting a little crazy and hectic, so it's taking me longer to read Mockingjay than I anticipated. I will still have this done before fall begins, but I am still currently working on it. But what am I going to read this fall? Speaking of work, I have a couple novels that I will be reading because my students will be reading it this year and I have not read them before, so they are top of my list at the moment. So up first we have Seed Folks by Paul Fleischman. I'm not sure if I am saying his last name correctly, so I apologize if that is incorrect. So this is the first novel that my 7th graders will be reading. I've never read it. It's really short, so it won't take me very long. The second book that my students will be reading is Miles Morales' Spider-Man by Jason Reynolds. This is not a comic, this is a novel, and they will be reading this. I've never read it. I've actually never seen the movie, but I have heard the movie. I've heard the Miles Morales movie play in the car when I'm driving my kids somewhere. So like I kind of know what to expect, but I've never actually seen it or read it. So this will be the second book that I will be reading because my 7th graders will be reading this. This also fits nicely for me personally because I would classify this as sci-fi. Maybe it's a little fantasy, but I'm going to call it sci-fi. And it's going to be September when I'm reading it, so Sci-Fi September. So this fits nicely. There is a sequel. My students will not be reading the sequel, but I found the sequel and it looks really interesting, so I'm planning to read this as well for Sci-Fi September. So the sequel is Miles Morales Suspended, again by Jason Reynolds. And this is a novel. It's not a comic, but it's interesting because it's got like weird spacing on some pages. I don't really know why. There's like huge title pages. Like it just looks very interesting. So the first book doesn't look like this. So I'm interested to see why the change in format for the sequel, but that is going to be on my plan as well. Now, by the time I get through that, September's probably going to be over or nearing a close. So that would mean spooky season will be coming up. And so many things this year have like been signs to me that I need to read some Edgar Allan Poe this year. So I have the Essential Tales and Poems by Edgar Allan Poe that I would love to read for spooky season. You know, he's the master of the macabre, and I just think it would be just fun to read. I have read some Edgar Allan Poe before. I've read The Raven, I've read The Fall of the House of Usher, I've read The Telltale Heart, but there's a lot in here that I have not read. I do also think that reading this might give me some good material that I might want to teach my students as well. So this is my plan for spooky season. Now, my Edgar Allan Poe book is a chunker, as you saw. So I'm guessing it's gonna take me a while. So this next one is a maybe. This would be for nonfiction November. It's called Believe It by Jamie Kern Lima. It's a nonfiction book. It's like an inspirational kind of book, and I am a first-year teacher, so maybe I will be needing some inspiration in my life, so that's why I would like to read this for nonfiction November. I don't know if it's gonna happen this year. I'll be honest, because like any of these books on this list could be bumped, except for the first two, Seed Folks and Miles Morales. Like any of the additional books could be bumped if I need to read other material for my classes, or if I don't get to it, because guys, like I am gonna be a first year teacher. Life's gonna be crazy, so I'm not like fully committing to these, like it's not 100%, but if I had it my way, these are the books that I will be reading. So Believe It may fall off, it may not happen, or it may not happen in fall. We'll see if I roll it over to winter. But at this point in time, if everything goes according to plan, Believe It would happen in November. So that is my TBR for fall of 2025. So here are all the books. So that is 5 books that I would like to read for fall. I hope I get to all of them. That's the plan. Things may change. I'll just give you guys a little life update since we're here and chit-chatting. Like I said, I have started my job. It's going well. I've got nerves, you know. The first day of school is fast approaching, but I am so excited. I have felt so welcomed by my district and by my school, and I feel like they're really trying to set me up for success. And I feel like I'm coming into a great team, and I could not ask for better, honestly. Like, I know it's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be as perfect as it could be, I feel like. So I'm really excited. Health-wise, I'm doing really well. If you don't know, I was in the hospital in July. My recovery's been slow, but my neck is feeling a lot better. I don't have my next appointment until October, so I'm just hanging in there. I'm still on restrictions, but my pain is virtually nothing most days. And if it is anything, it's really more like stiffness than pain now. So doing well there. Like I said, first day of school is coming. We have one child that is going to be a freshman this year. We have another that's going to be a 3rd grader, and then our 4-year-old is going to be starting K readiness, kindergarten readiness. It's preschool. And so like a lot of emotions having kids going into these grades. And then my youngest 2 are still in daycare, obviously, but it's gonna be a big adjustment for all of us, like with kids going, we've got kids going to 3 different schools plus daycare. So it's gonna be a big adjustment, but we'll figure it out. We always do. Other than that, I don't really have much to share with you all. The end of the summer was really fun. We took the kids to the fair and they got to ride rides and eat a bunch of junk food, and it was a good time. And we're all just gearing up now for the start of school. I hope you all have a lovely end of your summer. Let me know in the comments if you plan on reading any of these books that I am planning on reading this fall. Let me know what other books you're planning on reading, what's on your TBR. Let me know if you've read any of these books, but don't give me spoilers because I have not read any of them, except for the few stories from Edgar Allan Poe that I mentioned. So no spoilers for me, but let me know your thoughts. If there's certain ones that you think like do not drop, if at all possible, like let me know and I'll make sure to prioritize things if I can. Hopefully I get to all of them. Hopefully none of them get dropped, but that's the plan. I will talk to you all next Monday. I hope you have a lovely week. Hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for talking books with me.